in the past, you know, of course, everybody makes a huge to-do about the debates. Is, you know, oh my God, they could change elections. Have they really? Well, it's mainly based on 1960, the famous Nixon-Kennedy debates. People watch it on, or listen to it on the radio.
It was the first time people started to watch debates on television.
Right. When they listen to it on the radio, they think Nixon won. When they watch it on television, they think Kennedy won. And it's an incredibly close election. And it seems like the polls moved after the debates. So it's very fair to assume that those debates did make a difference. Television made a difference, and Kennedy won.
Yeah, Kennedy was down a point in polling. There wasn't as much polling back then, of course. Kennedy was down a point before the debates. He was up 3 or 4 points after the debates, and he won by, you know, 8 votes.
And since 1960, the country has been mental about these debates because of that. And because it's, you know, good political sport, and people like to, you know, see it that are in this business, and they make
and
a
also
huge deal.
it's a rare opportunity, it's the only opportunity to see these two guys together.
Right.
You know.
Now, what do people remember about the substance of the debates? I would argue next to nothing.
No, they remember, you know, if you remember anything, you remember the moments that were different. You remember Ross Perot and his charts and the fact that he was different, and you remember George H.W. Bush.
Yeah, think about how unexciting the debates are. The thing we remember is somebody checking their watch.
Yeah.
Okay, like, whoa, that was a big moment. Somebody checked their watch.
Poor guy.
The way Al Gore breathed became a big issue. Come on, right? And the best memorable lines are zingers. You know, I knew Jack Kennedy. You're no Jack Kennedy.
That was a vice presidential debate.
Yeah.
It was the most meaningless debate ever. It was a vice presidential debate where one guy annihilated the other guy who looked like a fool, a buffoon who shouldn't be on the national stage, and his guy cruised to victory.
Yeah, Dan Quayle's team won anyway. So that was turned out to be irrelevant as well. And now, the one modern day set of debates that people think made a difference is the Bush-Gore debates. Now, there are several caveats to that. The reason they believe that is that Al Gore had about an 8-point lead before the first debate. By the end of the third debate, he had lost that lead. But now, look at what happened in the debates. This is the polling immediately after the debates. Gore easily wins the first debate. Now, which is really interesting, Bush actually significantly wins the second debate.
Are those the numbers of who won the debate, or the polling numbers?
No, who won the debate.
Okay,
so that's very important. And then the third debate, Gore wins again. So
let's see those numbers again.
Okay, now.
Because, well, go ahead.
So people think, okay, Gore lost the debate, so hence it swung the polls. Except that's not true. Gore won 2 out of the 3 debates, according to the polling, on the debate immediately thereafter. So what happened in the meanwhile? The media, with the sigh. Oh my God, Al Gore sighed during one of the debates. Al Gore sighed. Everybody hates him. Everybody despises him. So then I thought, wait, which debate was the sigh in? Because if it was in the second debate, then they might have a decent point, because Bush, in some miraculous way, apparently won that handily, right? No, the sigh was in the first debate.
Yeah.
The debate that Gore won handily, according to the polls.
The media's, you know, look, this was the darkest years of American media were 1996 to 2004. I think, you know, 5 anyway, right? I would say. And got a whole lot of things poorly done. And among them was that, because the notion, if you watch the television coverage after all those debates, the debates went Gore, Bush, Gore for who won the debates, according to the polling. And by the media's reaction, it went Bush, Gore, Bush. I mean, the media suggested that Gore did great after the second debate because he stopped sighing, which was annoying to a viewer like me. I thought, that guy seems like an ass. And he stopped doing it, and then he seemed dead and wooden in the second debate, which is apparently how viewers responded to it. And the media just played things exactly the opposite way, with their own sage analysis.
And in some ways, I'm the perfect guy to analyze those debates, because as you remember, Ben, at the time we're working together in Miami. I'm a Republican. I'm more likely to vote for Bush, and I've never voted for a Democrat at that point. I'm a quote-unquote liberal Republican, so I'm, you know, in the middle, and I'm willing to consider it, obviously, right? Bush is going with the compassionate conservative thing. Now, remember, these are the pre-war, pre-torture years.
It was a phrase you liked, a phrase you're looking for.
Exactly, right? I watched the first debate, and I thought, like, I didn't catch the sigh. I didn't care about the sigh. You know why? Because I was sighing. Right. Here's the Republican candidate I want to support that sounds like a blithering idiot. And I'm sitting there going,
Oh my God, we can't have this. This guy's going to be the president? That's crazy. You made up your mind after the first debate. You're like,
it's
can't,
over.
Can't vote for this guy.
And I decided I'm going to vote for a Democrat for the first time. I'm going to vote for Gore because the Republican candidate is a moron.
It was a very proud day for me. I was very happy.
And so it's amazing what the media analysis of the debates does as opposed to the actual debates. And so they have been so wrong for so long. It's maddening. But yet they learn nothing from it.
They were afraid to point out what the real storyline of that first debate was, which was a Sarah Palin-like figure, not even remotely ready to take the national stage. Should have been the only story. My God, that guy seems unprepared. He's the Republican nominee. What if something happens in the world? But don't worry, nothing will.